Welcome to my channel and let's get ready for work. My name is Ricardina and I am a saleswoman in cosmetics. I definitely feel inspired to share some of my work looks and this is one of my favorites. Stay tuned and go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And of course, for any returning subscribers, thank you for returning and watching, and for everyone new, welcome. I'm gonna start off by prepping my brush with a little bit of fixing spray, and I'm going ahead and I'm going to begin concealing with the Kiko concealer, the orange one. This concealer really offers a lot of coverage and allows me to correct the dark spots in my skin. I am originally from Portugal, but my parents are from Mozambique, so I'm African. Living in Germany at the moment and being winter, I tend to be a little bit lighter and certain dark spots tend to reappear. But with this Kiko coverage, I have a more even skin tone around my mouth where it's just a little bit darker. And now that I applied the concealer, I'm just blending everything together. This concealer is great for everyone who is quite like caramel skin toned like me, or if you have dark spots in general. But yeah, I hope that you try it out. It's really cheap and affordable, and it's been lasting for a long time because sometimes you need more and sometimes you need less. Blending well around the eyes and mouth. Following up with the Dior Backstage Body and Face Foundation that I am completely in love about. This foundation has been my foundation for 2 years in a row, I think now. I can't wait to get my hands in that concealer because I heard great reviews. Nevertheless, the Kiko concealer works very well, and for my under eyes to kind of highlight a little bit, I'm using color 12 Cocoon. And that's what I love about makeup, you know, there's a lot of expensive brands, but you can still use the cheaper brands and make them work for you. I am amazed by the fact that this Dior foundation really blends so well with my skin tone, although I didn't blend my neck, which I totally regret it, but because I have to wear a neck scarf to match the season, I really didn't want my neck scarf to be all filled with makeup, so I literally had to skip. Now I'm setting my under eyes with the second color from the Morphe That's Rich contour palette. Kind of like made a little mistake and it ended up being like exactly the same skin tone that I am, which I actually wanted a more like highlight, but since that happened, I actually went with it. I like that it was still kind of like illuminated with a somewhat orangey undertone, which gives me like a little bit of the cold girl vibe. So I ended up loving it in the end. Now to kind of do a more facial setting, I'm adding the same color around the face because that's the color that I'm using to kind of like illuminate things up. So this Morphe contour palette, it definitely gives me a more like an orangey undertone, but when well blended it looks exactly like my skin tone and it looks like I just came back from Portugal. Now using the darker shade of the palette to contour, and I really love the chocolate vibe, and this tone is better in the summer because it's quite heavy, but I went light with it and it kind of like worked out. But yeah, definitely go light with the darkest tones. By the way, girlies, my hair is a ponytail attached, which means it is synthetic hair. I do not do the human hair thingy as much ever since the documentaries came out about where the hair really comes from, and I really advise everybody to just go synthetic and try to work with your real hair texture. I am full natural. I do not relax. I just have regular afro 4C, and yeah, it's been growing very well. Back to the makeup, I'm contouring my nose with a darker shade, following up the line of the eyebrow, naturally making my nose a little bit slimmer, and it's just really beautiful and defined because I do have quite of a wider structure on the top part. Yes, I have a pretty much African nose, and it's just overall wide. The bone structure of it is wide, but I love it how the contour really changed the game for me. Yay! I'm lining my lips with the Morphe contour palette as well, with the darkest shade. This one saves me a lot of time. And I also love a softer, browner lineup in the lips instead of the darker one, especially in a professional setting. This is great for everyone who's on a budget, and being on a budget means being smart, because we have to be smart with how we handle our finances and how we use what we have, because buying too much and having different products, for knowing that you can use the same product for different things, is just like a game changer. You have less clutter and you use things wisely. This makeup brush is also amazing to just define the nose a little bit further and just have a more defined contour. What do you think? I hope you try it out and let me know in the comments down below how you felt, because I mean, very affordable products that I'm using here. I am using my old school eyebrow pencil from Essence. This one only costs like €1.95, and it's really good. I'm sharpening it every day and it's amazing. I get good definition. It's the Essence Eyebrow Designer 11 Deep Brown. Affordable makeup, anyone can do it. Now the way that I'm doing my eyebrows, you kind of like can see that I like to begin with a good shaved eyebrow first. If you have hairs in there, it's just gonna make the process a little bit messy because you can't really draw the lines perfectly. But if you do a good shaving, then you can go ahead and draw the eyeline to the desired shape and follow the natural line of your eyebrows. Always kind of like starting with the inner corners of, the eyebrow line and moving on outwards and drawing it the best way you can and creating the perfect arch. Definitely check out my latest monthly glow up skincare routine. That way you know exactly how to make sure your skin is smooth and hairless. This season in the winter sale, as a seller, in our uniform and appearance standards, we like to see a beautiful red. Following the guidelines, that's exactly what I'm doing. To finish up the whole thing up, I'm adding up the Morphe blush from the same contour palette. I really love it because it blends very well with the orangey undertone, kind of like not giving that red on brown blush that is just very strong. So this one gives me a more balanced look. Highlighting as well with the Morphe contour palette. This one, I love it. Try my best to not make it too cakey because I love a good highlighting, but yeah, just slightly tapping onto the areas I want to highlight. I'm priming my eyelids with the setting powder from the Morphe palette as well to achieve a more even skin tone before I start adding the darker tone around the eye crease. You see how I'm doing it a little bit in the bottom, so to just define the under eye a little bit, and in the top. The eyeshadow palette that I'm using was gifted on my birthday, but you can still achieve the same look with the Morphe palette by using the darker tone and the gold and the oranges, because mine also has a little bit of an orangey purplish undertone. For the eyeshadow, I'm using a combination mascara, and you see how I am positioned applying from the bottom. You really have to like lean and be at an angle to brush them upwards the best way you can, while adding a lot of it so that you can really have your eyelashes looking really good. I do not have any extensions at the moment, and it's been quite a while ever since I glued eyelashes. So you have to go for multiple rounds, that way you have a thicker coat of mascara and a bit more of a definition in the eyes, bottom and top. Long are kind of those days of the cat eye for me. I prefer more like a straight line and more modest line, and I'm using the Kiko pencil eyeliner. It's really good. So yeah, follow your eye naturally and add a little bit of a thicker line on top. Make sure you get those inner corners very well. Take your time and be safe. I'm setting my face with the same spray mist from Essence, and that's really it. I am ready to go to work and have a great day. So yeah, I've been having this hair ponytail piece for quite some years. I have no idea where I got it at this point, but yeah, I think it blends very well with my hair. I hope you like this look, and don't forget to like and comment and subscribe, okay? Hope that you all have a beautiful year 2025, and let's start the best way we can. Before I go, there's one very important step. NYX Fat Oil lip gloss is the best. My life has never been the same ever since I started using the NY Lips Fat Oil. I repeat, my lips were dry and correct before NYX Fat Oil. So I'm really a fan. I recommend everybody get it. I really wish NYX could sponsor me, because I would use it for the rest of my life. Yes, this is pretty much the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video so you can help me reach a higher algorithm, and don't forget to look good. And don't forget, beauty is power. Go ahead and shine bright like a diamond.